Accio phone. Just kidding. Confundus. Ingorgio. Expecto Patronum. Expelliarmus. Lumos. Lumos. Obliviate. Omnum Revelio. Ridiculous. Stupefy. I'm having so much fun. Wingardium Leviosa. Well, I'm just kidding. I'm Kelly, and I am not a muggle. Alright, so, is it okay if I speak in a British accent? Because I think I kind of like it, I think it kind of fits. Considering it says Harry Potter, and I went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Alright, back to my stuff. Sonora. Alright now! I'm just kidding, that doesn't really work. You can't use magic outside of Hogwart, because then all the Death Eaters will be after you and you'll get in trouble. I went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Florida, and I had the best time ever. I got to meet Ollivander, and he made, like, the wand chose me. It really chose me. Like, I was so serious, I was crying. The first thing that I went and got was Butterbeer. I drank tons of this. A Gryffindor wax seal kit, which I don't really know how to use. If anybody knows how, I would really like some help. Please. And got some pumpkin juice. Oh, pumpkin juice. And I got chocolate frogs. Dun dun dun. Oops. Dropped one. I've got the chocolate frogs. I've got 2. But I haven't opened them yet. So I'm scared, because I want to know what wizards I've got on the cards. You know, when you open them, the frog jumps around, blah, blah, before you eat it. And then you get the card in the back. Well, yeah. And I've also got the actual every flavour bean. This is actually what it looks like, not one of those bag things. Oh, Harry Potter, blah, blah, blah. Those are for muggles. This is for actual witches and wizards. They even had stamps. Look. Owls. What's this one? Harry Potter, Hogwarts, and then the Ministry. I got a patch. I even got this poster, the Quibbler. You know when Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, when he was like, Quibbler, Quibbler, blah blah blah, work spots, blah blah blah. These actually have glasses that you can poke out. Postcards. Ooh. Hogsmeade. The Harry Potter world. And then Hogwarts, of course. The journal. A Hogwarts journal. Yeah, it even has a Hogwarts thing on it. Got an authentic tie. As you can see, this is how it's really supposed to look. A darker auburn colour. No, it's red. After we waited a billion cajillion hours, literally like 5 hours to get into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, we waited in line again, another hour, for the best ride ever. It was called Harry Potter and the Forbidden Forest or something like that. I can't really remember. I was so excited. We got to Mrs. Potts' greenhouse. There was like different tools in there. And then we got into the Great Hall. And in the Great Hall there was Dumbledore's office. And they had that big eagle with like the wings. It was like, whoo. It went to like where the halls were in the moving pictures. It went into the classrooms. Oh, and then the ride finally started after going through so many of these like things. And we get on, and it's like so cool. It takes you through Hogwarts. We're playing Quidditch. We're seeing Death Eaters. They're sucking our souls out. I was so scared. And we went to the Whomping Willow. It was like whoosh, whoosh. Oh my god. And I'm like upside down, and I'm like flying Quidditch, and I'm like, yeah, Harry, let's go, let's go. And I got to see Draco Malfoy. He's like, oh, you little muggle friends. And I'm like, I'm not a muggle. And so I went after him and all this cool stuff. Got to fly inside the Great Hall with our brooms. We were flying around Hogwarts. Woo! I recommend going on that ride. It was so cool. Yes. Now here is the magical part. This is the one that chose me. Ash wand with phoenix feather. Now, the story behind my wand was amazing. Wingardium Leviosa. Oh man, I could cast spells in this all day. Now the story behind my wand was, we waited in line for Ollivanders, okay? And we got to the door and we're talking to the man, and he's like, yeah, blah, 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 Ollivander picks someone, and he does a demonstration, always good stuff. So I'm getting really excited, because I've got my scarf on, I've got my whole Gryffindor outfit. So you can see right here. Excited, because if he picks me, I know what I'm going to be doing already. So he gets in there, and we pile up, blah, blah, I'm in front, next to my friend. And he starts talking about the wands, blah, 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 wands were from 13 BC or whatever. And then he looks up and he goes, you, Gryffindor. So I smile really big like this. He asked me, what's your name? And so I couldn't, oh my god, I couldn't even speak. I was so excited, and I was like, Kelly? And I'm like hyperventilating over here. And then he's like, we're gonna fit you for one. Hold your arm up. So I hold it up, and he starts measuring me, and he's measuring from like my shoulder to my waist, and he hands me a willow wand, and he's like, try this one out. So I grab it, and he's like, I'm like, and he's like, try to illuminate this room. Try it with Lumos. So I'm like, Lumos, and all this lightning storm happens. It's like pow, 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 flashes everywhere, and he's like, that's clearly not your wand. And so I'm like, oh geez, and I like put it back on the table, and I was like smiling really big. That's exactly how I was. And so he tries out this other one. I don't remember what it was called, but he's like, try to lift one of those boxes out from the top of the shelf. He's like, you're gonna swish and flick. So try Wingardium Leviosa. So I'm like, Wingardium Leviosa, and all these boxes like shoot out, and the shelves like, oh my god, it was the coolest thing ever. It was just like in the movie. So after that happens, he's like, oh geez, that's clearly not one. I put it back, I'm like, oh god, and I back up a little, kind of like Harry did in the Sorcerer's Stone. And while he's doing all this, he's asking me like, when's my birthday? February 26th, just in case any of you guys are curious. And the Ollivander's like thinking about it, and he's like, could it be? He looks at me, and then he looks back, and then he looks back at the wands, and then he looks at me again. He's like, And so the music comes on, and he pulls out this wand, and he's like, try this one. So he holds it out to me, and I go like this. As soon as I grab it, the lights come on, and the wind's like blowing my hair back, like, it was so cool, and it chose me. The wand chooses the wizard, Mr. Potter. We are not actually clear why. Said by Ollivander in the Philosopher's Stone. Ha! It chose me! The wand chose me, and it didn't choose anyone else. And oh my god, it was the best day of my life. Like, I don't even know. Oh my god, it was the best day of my life. The wand chose me. And everyone was like, oh my god, can I see your wand? You've got to buy it, the wand chose you, blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, I was literally crying at the end of this muggle world, my muggle parents. It is terrible. Like, sometimes I wish I could be at Hogwarts 24/7. Living with muggles and not being able to do any magic. It's really depressing. And it is quite boring. I have to go and get everything. I can't be like, oh, Archaea water. Because if, I don't know. Because, I mean, having Hermione Granger's wand is really great, but it doesn't work as well as my wand. I got to stand by the Hogwarts Express at platform 9 3/4. But yeah, I had the greatest time. So if you're going to go to Florida, don't go anywhere else except for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Get your wand, get your robes, get everything that you need. Don't even worry about coming back to the Muggle world. Just stay in Hogwarts. Dun 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 dun.